You know, we're always talking about the next big thing in tech. Well, here it is. We're on the very edge of a new frontier. And it's not just about AI that can think. It's about AI that can actually do things, that can go out and get stuff done in the real world for you. This is the world of AI agents.
Think about it. For the longest time, our relationship with AI has been pretty simple, right? We ask a question, it gives us an answer. But what if we could flip that script entirely? What if you could give an AI a really complex goal, like say, plan my entire family vacation to Italy, find the best flights, book the hotels, and create an itinerary, and it could just go do it, all on its own. That is the incredible, revolutionary promise of AI agent.
So what is an AI agent really? The best way to get your head around it is to think of it like an autonomous digital employee. Seriously. This is an AI that you don't just ask questions. You give it missions. It can see its environment, the internet, your apps, all your files, and then it makes its own decisions and takes action. You're not the one clicking around anymore. You're the manager, and it's your new, super efficient employee.
And let's be clear, this isn't just another small upgrade. This is a complete revolution in how we interact with computers. We're moving from a world of passive tools, things we have to operate by hand, to a world where we're collaborating with active teammates, agents that can actually take initiative. This changes the game completely.
But, and this is a huge but, with all this incredible new power comes a really critical tension. Because the very thing that makes these agents so amazing, their autonomy, is also what makes them potentially really, really dangerous. We have to look at both sides of this coin.
And right here, you can see those two sides crystal clear. On the promise side, just imagine agents that can automate all the boring parts of your job, or agents coordinating massive scientific projects to discover new medicines, or even personalizing education for every single student on the planet. I mean, wow. But that exact same power creates peril. An agent built for marketing? It could easily become an autonomous fraud machine. A system designed for workplace efficiency could, without the right checks, become a tool for constant surveillance.
Okay, so let's zoom in on what many experts are calling the Achilles heel of this whole revolution: security and privacy. Because if we can't fundamentally trust these agents with our data, with our money, with our tasks, then all that incredible potential we just talked about, it stays locked away.
So what's the one thing that keeps security experts up at night? It boils down to one word: deception. Because these agents are designed to act like us and for us, they can also be used to trick us in some unbelievably sophisticated ways.
And this deception can pop up in a few terrifying ways. You've got agent impersonation. Imagine a rogue agent that has learned your writing style perfectly. It sends an email to your colleague that sounds exactly like you, tricking them into sending over sensitive company files. Then there's data poisoning. This is where someone maliciously feeds a research agent bad information, so all the decisions it makes from then on are totally flawed. But maybe the scariest is goal hijacking. This is where an attacker gets in and just slightly tweaks an agent's main goal. Changing maximize profit ethically to just maximize profit. The results could be absolutely disastrous.
This quote really hits the nail on the head. It leads to this huge shift in how we have to think about trust online. For decades, the big question has been, is this email really from my boss or is it a phishing scam? In this new world, the question becomes, okay, this email is from my boss's AI agent, but can I trust that agent? Has it been compromised? Our entire model for digital security is about to be turned upside down.
So, beyond the huge security questions, there's another massive hurdle we have to clear, and that is scale. You see, it's one thing to build a single, helpful AI agent that runs on your laptop. It's a whole other universe of difficulty to deploy and coordinate thousands, maybe even millions of them across a giant global company.
Just look at that number for a second. 1 million. Let that sink in. That's the number of agents a single big company might one day be running. Think about it. An agent for every employee, an agent for every major project, an agent for every supply chain. Trying to manage a system that vast is just a mind-boggling engineering problem.
So why is scaling so incredibly hard? Well, it really comes down to three things. First, there's coordination. How in the world do you get 1 million autonomous agents all working together towards the same goals without creating total digital chaos? Second, the cost.
The raw computing power needed to run these systems 24/7 is just astronomical. And finally, error management. This one is tough. Finding one tiny bug in a single piece of code is hard enough. Now try finding a single flawed agent in a system of 1,000,000. It's like finding a single grain of sand on a beach, but that one grain of sand could cause the entire system to collapse.
So, with these huge challenges of security on one side and scale on the other, what's the path forward? Well, it's not about hitting the brakes and stopping. It's about being smart. It's about building this future correctly, right from the start, with these problems baked into the design process from day one.
So this right here, this is basically the master checklist for building an AI agent future we can actually trust. First, we have to build security that's specifically designed to fight deception. Second, we have to design agents that protect our privacy by default, not as an afterthought. We're going to need brand new ideas for how to coordinate these things at a massive scale. And maybe most important of all, we have to ensure there's always meaningful human oversight and control. There has to be a big red off switch that we can hit at any time. We have to stay in the driver's seat.
So here's the bottom line. The question isn't if we can build autonomous agents. That train has already left the station. We're doing it right now. The real question, the one that truly matters, is this. Are we building them to be trustworthy? Because in this coming revolution of AI agents, trust isn't just going to be a nice feature to have. It's going to be the entire foundation.